Welcome to Women Mastering Midlife, where we dive deep into the rich complexities of womanhood in our middle years. I'm your host, Victoria Bird, a pharmacist, certified women's health coach, and your guide on this transformative journey. Whether you're navigating perimenopause, thriving in menopause, or mastering midlife's many transitions, this is your weekly dose of expert guidance, compassionate support, and a judgment-free space to explore it all. Together, we will rewrite the narrative around this remarkable stage from being something to dread into a beautiful transition. Oh, hi there. Hello, and welcome back to Women Mastering Midlife. If you are here, you're probably navigating midlife, whether that's your 40s, your 50s, or even beyond, and you're looking for real conversations about what it means to thrive in this season. We're not just surviving anymore. My name is Victoria. I'm your host, and today we're tackling something that I know so many of us have felt pressure around, and that's the concept of anti-aging. I have a question for you. How many times have you seen a magazine or a commercial or even a social media post with words like defying aging or reverse time or age defying? Let's be real. It's everywhere. And for too long, we have been fed this message that aging is something to fight instead of something to embrace. That whole, you look so good for your age, or I would never guess you were in your 40s, instead of just, you look great. That we should shrink, hide, and conceal instead of standing proudly in the skin that we are in. So today we are tossing out that old tired script and we're replacing it with something way more powerful. We are talking about pro-aging. I mean, it beats the alternative, right? We're going to talk about what it means to step fully into midlife with confidence, with vibrancy, and a hell of a lot of wisdom. So, grab your coffee, walk with your girlfriends. Actually, don't walk with your girlfriends because you're listening to a podcast, but grab a glass of wine, listen in your car, wherever you are right now. Let's dig in, okay? So let's talk about the lies we've been sold. Let's start by calling it what it is. Anti-aging is a scam. It's a billion-dollar industry designed to make women feel like we're constantly running out of time. Like we need to keep up, to preserve, to fix something that isn't broken. And it starts young. Think about it. How early did you start hearing phrases like, she looks great for her age, or, oh, you don't look 50, as if 50 would look bad? What's your secret to looking so young? But here's the truth. Aging isn't the enemy. It's the expectation that we should freeze ourselves in time that's the real problem. But here's where it gets tricky. This messaging isn't just about beauty products. It seeps into our self-worth. It convinces us that we become less valuable as we age, that our relevance fades when our wrinkles show, that our desirability, our impact, our ability to reinvent ourselves has an expiration date. And I don't know about you, but I refuse to buy into that. Because midlife isn't a decline, it's a rise. And we have so much more control over how we experience it than we actually think we do. Let's reframe aging as power. Let's flip the script. What if instead of fearing aging, we celebrated it? Think about it. How much more are we self-aware, confident, and wise now than we were in our 20s? How much stronger are your boundaries? How much more do you know yourself? You've raised your children, built careers, navigated relationships, survived heartbreak and loss, learned lessons the hard way, and come out on the other side of it. And yet, society would have us believe that the best years are behind us? No way. There's a reason why so many women in midlife are saying, I finally feel like me again. Because this is a season where we stop worrying about what everyone else thinks and start prioritizing ourselves. This is the era of saying no to things that don't serve you. And yes, to the things that light you up. Remember, if it's not a heck yes, it's a no. Do you want to go back to school at 45? Do it. You want to change careers at 50? Why not? Do you want to start a business, take up weightlifting, move to a new city, prioritize your pleasure finally? Now is the time. Midlife isn't a waiting room. It's a launching pad. Say it again. Midlife isn't a waiting room. It's a launching pad. So let's stop seeing the signs of aging as something to fear and start seeing them as evidence of a life fully lived. Because every line, every gray hair, every change in our body, it tells a story. And we own that story. Are you standing in front of your mirror, barely recognizing the woman looking back at you? Perhaps you're lying awake at 3 a.m., body betraying you with another hot flash or night sweat, wondering if this is just how life has to be now. As a pharmacist and women's health coach, I've walked this path, both personally and alongside hundreds of women just like you. That's why I've created 2 powerful ways to reclaim your midlife journey: the Women Mastering Midlife community and personalized one-on-one coaching. In our community, you'll find your tribe, women who understand exactly what you're experiencing. Together, we'll navigate perimenopause and menopause with evidence-based strategies, twice monthly group coaching sessions, and a judgment-free space to share your story. But if you're craving deeper, personalized support, my one-on-one coaching program offers dedicated guidance tailored specifically to your body, your symptoms, and your life circumstances. No more Googling at midnight, no more trial and error with miracle solutions that leave you frustrated and depleted. Are you ready to transform your midlife experience? Book a free discovery call with me today. You will find the link to schedule in the show notes or check out www.womenmasteringmidlifecoaching.com for more information. In just 15 minutes, we'll explore whether community membership or one-on-one coaching aligns best with your needs, because you deserve to do more than just survive this transition. You deserve to thrive. Join us in aging boldly, beautifully, and on our own terms. So how do we actually embody this pro-aging mindset in our everyday lives? Here are 3 powerful shifts you can start making right now. Okay. Number 1, we're going to change our language. The words we use matter, especially to ourselves. Pay attention to how you talk about aging, about yourself and other women. Instead of saying, I feel old, say, I feel strong. Instead of, I need to hide my grays, try, I'm owning my silver. Instead of, I miss my younger body, try, I'm grateful that my body carries me through today. Invest in how you feel and not how you look. Forget anti-aging cream. The real fountain of youth is taking care of your body in a way that supports you, not shrinks you. That means eating foods that fuel your energy and hormones. Eat your protein, ladies. Strength training to build muscle and keep your bones strong. Prioritizing rest, stress management, and hydration. Moving your body in a way that makes you feel alive and not punished. Because true radiance doesn't come from fighting age, it comes from living well. And number 3, surround yourself with pro-aging voices. We are so deeply influenced by what we consume. We are the 5 people we spend the most time with, right? Whether it's social media, TV, people in our room. So seek out the women who inspire you, who remind you that midlife is expansive, that aging is a privilege. Unfollow the accounts that make you feel less than, or mute them. Take a break. Find mentors, friends, and role models who are owning their age and showing you what is possible. The more we see examples of women thriving in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, the easier it is to believe that we can too. I mean, let's be honest. How many of us have scrolled through Instagram? And before Instagram, it was Pinterest. I know our generation became Pinterest obsessed. But we look at these curated homes and curated lives and curated relationships and the youth and the beauty, and we became consumed by it. When I was in my 30s and I would see, I wanted to do the Pinterest birthday parties. I wanted a Pinterest home. I wanted vacations that were looking like they were curated. And while they all created experiences and wisdom in my past, I would much rather have fulfilling time connecting with my loved ones and resting and reinvigorating myself to go back into the world when I return from a trip than having a beautiful carousel. When we were in Italy this summer, one of my favorite pictures is of me standing with probably pigeon poop on my head because we had walked out of the hotel and somehow I was the lucky one. And it went on my head, down my forehead, down my dress, and we hadn't even started our day yet. And I just remember that my younger self would have been so frustrated. My outfit's ruined. I got to wash my hair again. But I just stood there and I laughed. And I cleaned myself up and we had a wonderful day. And that was one of my favorite pictures from the day. So let's view social media, if we're going to get into it, as a tool to connect us with others and connect us to ourselves. If it's making you feel exhausted or wanting or less than, mute, please. Find friends that believe the same things you do. If you want to get Botox or you want to get fillers or you want to have a facelift, I'm not saying don't do that. If you want, I'm not going to not dye my hair. I'm not ready to go gray. And so have space for that, but also embrace the women who want to go silver and let them stand in their own beauty. We spend too much time judging each other and knocking each other down as women. And sometimes I feel like that's a construct to keep us down. Because when we all support each other and we find women who are truly excited for us and stand up with us, our power is limitless. We are capable of so much. So here's the bottom line. We get to decide what this next chapter looks like, right? We get to reject the outdated scripts and write a new one. And we get to choose one that honors our wisdom, our strength, and our undeniable value. Because aging isn't something that is happening to us. It is something that is happening for us. So today, I challenge you to look in the mirror and not see what needs to be fixed, but to see evidence of your life, your laughter, your resilience, and your growth. Let's own this season. Let's rewrite the narrative. Let's step boldly into pro-aging. It's time we stop the anti-aging narrative. If today's episode resonated with you, share it with a friend, tag me on social media. Let's keep the conversation going because together we are changing the way the world sees midlife. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Women Mastering Midlife. If this episode resonated with you, share it with a friend who might need to hear it. And remember, small changes can make a big difference. We will be back next week for another episode of Women Mastering Midlife. Until then, find us on Instagram at Women Mastering Midlife or my Instagram account, Miss Victoria Bird, and join us in the Women Mastering Midlife community to share and continue our discussions. We'd love to hear from you. Please rate and review the podcast to help us reach more women mastering midlife just like you. You'll find links to what you've learned here today, as well as ways to connect with us in the show notes below.